Unique Underground.
Hey everyone, my name is Kenny Keene and this is Drawing Dead. This is the first episode in the series, and what I'll be doing each episode, I'll be drawing, inking, and sometimes coloring a piece of art featuring a different character each episode from the hit show The Walking Dead. I'll also, at the end of this each episode, I'll also offer an opportunity to purchase the original art. I'll put a link to my Store Indie site where you can buy that art if you're interested. And I'll also throw in a color print along with the original art for free. So everyone will have a chance to, buy some artwork. And if that's not enough, I've also decided that at the end of each month, um, every subscriber that I have that comments on the episode for that month, I'll automatically put you in a drawing to win color print or original sketch card that's Walking Dead related material. Um, so you'll get some cool swag too. And if you stick with me, watch the show, comment, and as long as you're a subscriber. So there's a lot of perks and cool swag to offer. Also, um, maybe I'll throw in a little trivia to pass the time while I draw. Um, I'll do some speed drawings. I'll speed up the video a little bit because it takes a while to do this stuff. And I'll do a voiceover, a little trivia, just different Walking Dead knowledge that I'm familiar with. I'm a big follower of the comic also. I was reading the comic long before the show come around, so I know there's a lot of things in the comic that's different. But I'll talk about some of that. But at the same time, I won't give away any spoilers. So I hope you'll stick with me and watch each episode and watch me create some new art. Alright, let's get the drawing. Okay everyone, we're going to start off with the main character, Rick Grimes, played by Andrew Lincoln. Figured this would be a good starting point since he's the star, and first episode was pretty much about him and him waking up and seeing the zombie apocalypse had just taken place, and he kind of slept through it in a coma. So I'm sure everyone's probably seen episode 1. I'm trying not to give too many spoilers away, but there's going to be stuff like that here, just to make conversation. Alright, let's start off. I drew this out ahead of time just to save time. It takes a long time to draw likenesses, and it's something I'm still constantly working towards getting better at. So we're just going to go ahead and start inking it. All my artwork will be in traditional comic book style, where I'll pencil, ink, and I'll color it in Photoshop. So won't be any paintings or nothing like that here, just pretty much inking penciling, coloring. I'll do some tutorials too of me doing the colors on Photoshop every now and then also. Alright, well, let's get started. Like I was saying earlier, I'm a big fan of the comic series. I've been following that pretty much from the beginning. There's probably just a few issues out when I ran across a copy of issue 1, and as soon as I read it, I was hooked. I think I picked up the first 5 issues, and I wasn't at the time reading comics on a regular basis. I'll go several months at a time before going to a comic book store and picking up books. So I decided I would just start getting the trade paperbacks. Once they came out, they compile 6 issues per trade, and I've been keeping up with it that way ever since. That way, I don't have to wait for the next issue every month. I can read it in bulk, and I can sit there and read. Normally it takes me a few days, but in between everything else, just to sit down and read. But there's times when I'm so engulfed in it that I can read it in just a few hours. But the only setback to that is those early issues are beginning to be worth a lot of money now. The I guess the Comics Buyer's Guide lists it. I think issue 1 at one time was going for around $400, but you can get a lot more than that out of it on eBay. Earlier this year, well, it was actually into last year, I finally caved in and just listed issue 1, and I was very shocked. I got around almost $1,200 for issue 1, and then I started selling the other 4 issues that I had, and I got right much out of each of those also. So I made a lot of money off my Walking Dead collection, and I've still got the trade paperbacks. So I'd recommend that if you need some cash, or you want to get rid of your Walking Dead books, and you do have a copy of issue 1, list it on eBay and see what you get. I think you'll be pretty happy with the results. I normally let me see. Yeah, I keep everything bagged and boarded. I may have read it once or twice, and then I bagged it and boarded it, so it was in really good shape, near mint. So that's also a plus. And if you can get it graded, that helps also. But talking more about the series, when they announced it was coming out, I couldn't wait because it was my favorite comic, and it's now my favorite show. And it's had a few times where it's drug, different seasons have drug out a little bit, but this latest season, season 5, is really moving pretty fast. Not very, not too happy about the Beth episode, but I won't say a whole lot about that. Getting back on subject of Rick Grimes, he's a small town sheriff's deputy, and he is in the first episode. He's wounded and in a coma, and when he wakes up to a zombie apocalypse, and it's pretty cool how they use that point of view to tell the story. Nobody, you kind of in the dark about what exactly took place, what happened, but you can use your own imagination to pretty much tell the story. And I think everybody might imagine it or envision it a little differently. I'm hoping maybe one day they'll get more into showing what actually took place, like seeing as it happened. But I don't know if they'll ever do that. But yeah, Rick, he's a strong character.
Andrew Lincoln, I'm sure anyone who follows the show knows that he's actually British, and I think that's why it's so hard for him to say Carl, or he says Coral, and he says it a lot also. That's one little thing I think is kind of comical. I can't help but laugh at the way he says Carl. But I think he does a good job though, using this southern accent to be British. He does a real good job there. Great actor. The whole show is full of top-notch actors. The performances they give and the things they go through, each episode. I mean, you're seeing all types of emotions from these guys. And anyone who follows the comic probably knows this, and it's pretty common knowledge. Rick, he was bit early on in the series, the comic book series, and they had to amputate his hand, kind of like Herschel they did with him. So it's a lot different. The comic is a lot different than the series in some ways. I mean, they use a lot of the storylines from the comic, but they're changing things up so much. I think they're trying to keep the comic book fans guessing too, and trying to give them a little something to look forward to, some surprises. But yeah, you never know what's going to happen. You think one character is going to die because they died in the comic, and they'll throw you for a loop. You never know what's going to happen. There's several characters who's alive still in the comic that has passed on, and there's some in the show that are alive still, and they passed on fairly early in the comic. But I think I don't know if Robert Kirkman is exactly the one behind that, but I feel like Kirkman wants to explore, flesh out those characters a little more in the series that may have passed on early in the show. It's almost like each one of them's getting, their 15 minutes of fame or whatever. They're each getting to shine a little. They died early on in the comic, but we're getting to see a whole lot more of them. So Herschel was another one who he died fairly early in the comic series. He didn't have a very long run, but I really like how they just kept on letting the character grow in the series, and he became what he was. Actually had an opportunity to meet Herschel, Scott Wilson, at Wizard World Louisville in Kentucky earlier this year. It was pretty cool meeting him, and we met Michael Rooker, also Merle, who plays Merle on the show. It was real cool meeting all those people, and also the guy that plays Shane was there, and Lori, they was also there. But I was stuck behind my table, selling my artwork and stuff, so I didn't actually get to meet them. I saw them, but I didn't have time to wait in line and talk to them or anything. So that's the only setback to being selling at these shows, at comic conventions and stuff. You don't get to mingle very much. But my kids, they got to my son, 14-year-old son, he got to talk to all of them, and it was really exciting for him to meet all those people. We actually got some pictures with Scott Wilson and with Michael Rooker, which was awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just throw in some music, and I'll throw in some little facts here and there about the show and the characters. Alright, enjoy. Okay, I'm back. Hope you enjoyed some of the little trivia and fun facts about the show, characters, and everything. Yeah, I'm got this wrapped up now. I signed it a little earlier than this, and I was gonna just call it a night, and I went ahead and signed it, but it really needed some more shadows right there on his under his cheek, where his neck was so dark it didn't look right there with the no shadows, on under his cheekbone. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going in and filling some blacks in there, some shadows. I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. It's the first one I've did of Rick. I've done a sketch card of Rick before, but never a full-size 11 by 17 drawing. I'm going to get this thing scanned in Photoshop. Probably I'll start on it tomorrow and start doing the colors. And I'll have a color print probably before the week's up. Probably maybe Tuesday. I should have it, and I'll have it posted on the Story Envy site along with the original artwork. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'm going to come back next week and do a new drawing of another character, and I've been debating on what character to do next, and I think since I started off with Rick, I may just stay in order for the next one, and I'll do the other star of the show for episode 1, season 1, and that was Morgan. We haven't seen Morgan there for a long time. We didn't see him. We didn't know what happened to him, and now we're seeing he's back in the show. I'm thinking maybe tonight we may see more of him, but yeah, Morgan's a cool character, and I'm glad to see that he's back. So I think since he was in episode 1, it was Rick and him and Morgan's son. It's pretty much the cast of episode 1, and so we'll go ahead and do one of Morgan next week. I'm anxious to see what happens tonight. I'm filming this on Sunday, so looking forward to it. Another episode. It's gonna suck though when they do the mid-season break. I always hate that, going so long without knowing what's happening, But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and also if you want to buy this artwork or any of my other original Walking Dead pieces, go over to my Story Envy site. I'm going to put a link at the end of the video and in the description at the bottom of the page or up under the video, and you can go in and purchase this. It's fairly reasonable price for original artwork. I'm asking $65 for this, and for the Michonne, I'll put an image of that up there too. I've got one of Michonne, Daryl, and those are both also the same price, $65. And also I have the Walking Dead Memoriam, and you saw that in the intro of all the past characters who's passed on from the show. And I'm asking $80 for that one because it took a lot more time to do all the likenesses. There's it's 8 characters on that one piece of art. So yeah, I had to ask a little more for that, but you also get a free color print of that artwork also, or any of the artwork. And if you want to buy the one with Rick here, like I said, I'll have that color print done later this week. So I've got Rick listed as pre-order at the moment. But yeah, check it out, and there's other stuff there too. There's some horror comics, sketch cards, and all types of stuff. So check it out. There may be a lot more there that interests you. And like I said, I'm going to have a drawing each month, and one lucky person will win a Walking Dead print, and that will be at the end of the month. What I'll do, anyone who subscribes and comments on a video, a Drawing Dead video for the month of November, I'll put your names in a hat and have a drawing, and one person will win a Walking Dead print of your choice that I have available. I'm gonna do, it'll be the first Sunday in December will be the 7th, so I'll announce the winner then. And also, anyone who wins, they won't be eligible for, let me see, 2 months. Then they can get their name back in the hat again. That way I kind of keep it fair and give everybody a chance to get some cool swag. And I would suggest jumping in early and commenting, subscribing, because the longer you wait and the more episodes I do, I feel like it's gonna be a whole lot more people trying to win that artwork. So I recommend you jump in, comment, and subscribe while you can. And I'm looking forward to seeing who wins for this month. But I hope you've enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, spread the word. I know I enjoy watching stuff like this, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there that do also. Alright, until next time, I'll talk to you later. Take care. Peace.